with your renewal strategy, I'm kind of curious. Do you renew 100% of your listings that you have, or do you pick a certain portion of those that you kind of want to be found for, and then suck people into your shop through those? What's your strategy look like with renewals?
Yeah, I think for me, I'm guessing probably about 75% of my listings are on some kind of a renewal schedule. But I mean, there are some that are on renewal schedules for every 3 hours, and some that are, for every 3 days. So it's not necessarily aggressive. I mean, I'm sure you guys, make people aware of this too. But the more competitive a keyword is that we're trying to rank for, the more often, I'm renewing.
Yeah.
So, some of them I like to just have kind of be refreshed every 3 or 4 days.
I was going to ask you too. So Etsy doesn't really do a great job of sharing with sellers, what keyword somebody typed in that ultimately resulted in a sale, right? There's kind of a gap there in that data.
Right. No, and it's gotten worse with their new platform too. I'm not happy about it. Right.
So, but it sounds like you're super on top of your renewals and knowing like what to schedule and how often to schedule them. How do you bridge that gap to be able to kind of make sense of, data that you don't have?
Right. So, it used to be, I don't know what happened when they switched it, but it used to be such that, and when I say switch, I'm assuming everybody knows what I'm referring to, like their big update that they did recently with the shop manager and all of that. All of a sudden it started delaying stats for us that didn't used to be delayed. So I used to be able to much more closely follow it in the sense that when there was a product that would sell or a listing that would sell, you can go inside of that listing and you can go to the stats for that particular listing. And it would show you like that very day what keywords brought somebody into that listing, right? So what I could do in that when that used to work and it was in more real time is I'd get a sale and then I'd go inside of that listing and see, well, what are the keywords that came into my shop that day? But then it was still, there's still a little bit of gap there, but less than there is now, I feel like. Because I could still make some pretty logical conclusions if there's only, 3 or 4 keywords that actually directed someone to this listing today. Just from a little interaction, I might be able to know, with a customer, I might know what they bought it for, and that'll help me. Now it's really, since I don't have that information available, at least not in real time, I feel like it's like 7 days now that they make you wait until you can get the statistics. Without that, I'm basically more just looking. I'm still doing the same thing though. I can see at least what keywords are bringing people into each listing, and then Etsy itemizes them by the most frequent ones that came in, that drove traffic that listing to the least. And so I just kind of keep an eye on the top 3 and see if those are the ones that I'm trying to rank for, and that product is sold really well, in that last 30 days. Then I can feel pretty good about, my renewing strategy. It might not be perfect, it's not an exact science, but it gives me at least a good indication that it's working.